Hello to all my friends out there. And so now I'm prepping granola bars, which are great for snacks. So this video is on the mark of the beast. So you might be saying, my gosh, you've had the crazy topics. That's true, but I like to do the topics as they come up. So anyway, we had an article in the paper that the special ed classes are, I think it was, we're spending 35% of our educational funds on special ed. And so I was thinking about that. That's a lot. And so I made lemonade because, you know, I've been drinking lemonade instead of Diet Coke, and this stuff is working. So I have a recipe, and it comes right on the back of the lemonade. And so I use 4 cups water, 1/2 cup lemon juice, and 1 cup sugar. This is good. I buy this, I stockpile this. Okay, so pretty soon we're having Coachella coming up. And so they say the mark of the beast is going to change our DNA. Something's going to happen, and our DNA is going to be changed. And so if you think about it, if there is the devil and he comes up to you and he says, I am here so you can receive the mark of the beast, you would say, no, thank you. I don't wish to receive it. We're supposed to receive it in our hand or in our foreheads. And most people would say, no, thank you. I don't wish to receive it, right? Well, one of the ways you could mess up your DNA is by taking drugs. And drug addicts, usually it's the frontal lobe that is messed up. That'll do it. So let's say you go to these concerts. You're one of those unlucky ones. You go to these concerts and you take drugs, and you somehow do yourself some brain damage or some DNA damage. And then you suffer a lot because your DNA is damaged. And you willfully did the drugs not knowing, but you're still going to suffer, right? Another thing that could happen, and this would be a bad thing in these concerts, people could be exposed to some 5G that could, damage their brains. They could go there expecting to have a good time, and they could come back with something a little bit unexpected and not so good. And so you might be going, wow, you are an alarmist. Well, possibly. There's another thing. Okay, the frequency of the concerts themselves could usher in demons, And you might be, remember that song, The Wait? That happens too, So it's super interesting. Personally, you couldn't make me go there. But, I don't want to be a spoil sport or anything, but, think about it. Okay, how could I receive some kind of a mark in my, if there was a devil, what would the devil really love to do? Well, he really loved to diminish your mental capacity. He would really like to mess up your children. He would really like to mess you up if he does exist. Christians say he does. Okay, I was a nursing student for many years, and one time I was in the hospital, and this younger woman had a Down syndrome child, And I said to the nurse, I go, well, you know, that this kind of usually happens in older women. And she said, well, chronological aging has nothing to do with your age. Otherwise, your body could be older than its years. And so I just have 4 things. Protect your skin from the sun, no smoking, eat healthy, no alcohol, 5, and exercise most days. That's going to kind of protect you as much as possible. And you know, another thing is eliminate all risk factors. You know, I noticed at the shopping center, I was staggering around and I thought, wow, you know, and I read, and I thought, wow, it's like some kind of 5G radiation, and don't think it's not going to happen or it can't happen. The best way to protect your head is to wear a hat of some sort. You know, I looked ridiculous. I don't care. I mean, if some kind of hat is going to protect me from 5G, that's just fine too. So, be watchful and say, okay, is this a high risk type activity? I might want to skip it. At least skip the drugs. I think it was Stevie Nicks said after some drugs she did, her brain was never the same. I've heard of people doing certain drugs addicted from the first time they ever did them. So, you know, it doesn't have to be some kind of a chip. It doesn't have to be something, you know, you could damage your brain very easily. The frontal lobe. You know, all kinds of bad stuff can happen. So, you know, I'm all for having a good time, but another thing is, how do you protect yourself from the 5G radiation in those places? Also, the sound frequencies can be dangerous. And, you know, I don't think anyone's out to damage people, but it can happen. And what if you are that